My name is Yvonne Gowing. I am almost 57 years old, and I have been in pain since I was 27. I didn't find out until 1999 what my problem was. I had fibromyalgia. I also had a lot of bladder infections, for which I got a lot of antibiotics, and finally discovered that I had interstitial cystitis, which is caused and propagated by antibiotics, but I found that out later. Interstitial cystitis is a virus that lives in your bladder and bacteria, and it finds its way into the inner stitches of your bladder and lives there, and it's a lot of pain and trouble urinating, and you have to go constantly, but you can't, and things like that. I had been sleeping at the most, and I am not exaggerating, 45 minutes at a time. I would jerk awake, or I would be dreaming and know that I was awake and yet dreaming. That's how my body was unable to shut down. And the pain was so bad at times that I would literally just ask God, don't even fix it, just take me home. My husband was a mailman at the time, and he would listen to the radio during the day, and he listened and he heard Jim and Trish on the radio, and he called me. He said, Vonnie, you have got to call these people. They sound like they know what they're talking about, and they believe in God. Well, those two pretty good things. So I called him up, and I got to talk to both of them. Of course, Trish made me cry because she has a sweet voice, and you know, when you're talking about your health, you're kind of vulnerable anyway. Well, by the time I talked to Jim and he said that it could be cured, I just broke down and cried like a baby, because I had hope for the first time since I was 27 years old. When I had all the pain, and the only thing that I could do was take aspirin, which made me sick and also made my interstitial cystitis worse. So when I learned this from Daniel chapter 1, of course I ordered right away. I ordered my book and everything so I could find out more about it, and I started taking, the first thing was the Sero 5, because I had to sleep. And within 4 days, I was sleeping 2 and 3 hours at a time, which doesn't seem like much now, but after 10 years of 45 minutes at a time. So that helped a lot, because I think just that alone helped my body to relax and help maybe start healing itself. I also started taking the GDU, which I will thank God for the rest of my life and all through eternity, because even though I didn't know what was in it at the time, and now I do, it just makes so much sense, and I still take GDU and will for the rest of my life. The GDU really helps with, I have not had interstitial cystitis attack in probably 6 or 7 years. So, I mean, I forget that I ever had it. To think that I couldn't have them anymore and that I would have to go to drugs, I don't know what I would do. I love their passion, their boldness, their honesty, and I think never shut up, never stop telling the truth. Regardless of what people say about it, you can't stop telling the truth. I am living proof. I lived on my couch. I would get up in the morning, get my kids to school, and stay on and not comfortably on my couch. I moved around all day and took 15-minute naps until I had to do something else. And it didn't matter what I did. I didn't have the strength, the energy, the desire, or to do anything but just wait to die.